Alright, so boom. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back. Either way, you're much appreciated. We're back. We're outside. We're actually with a car today. We're not just talking about one. Let's get started. So if you are new here, I've mentioned briefly in the past, this is my 2015 Audi A5. I've had it for just under 8 months now. I bought it at the end of December in 2024, and this is my second car. So saying that, this is my first car. This is a 2009 Mercedes C300, and I've been partying it out. I will make a whole nother video on this and the whole parting out process. Stay tuned. But now back to the new John. So as you said by the title, or whatever I name it, buying a German car and getting a ridiculous quote 6 months later, that's what happened to me. But before we get into that, I want to get into a quick backstory of why I got this car and just explain it a bit. So the reason why I got out of the Mercedes is because I had it for 3 years. And long story short, the last year was super rough and my subframe shit itself.
Oh my god.
How did they... So there is an extended warranty for the subframe for a lot of Mercedes from this generation. But what some dealerships will do is they say, okay, yeah, we'll replace the subframe, but then you also need this. So I took my car to Mercedes and they said, yeah, your subframe's covered, but then there's $6,000 of other repairs that would need to be done as well. And my brake lines were corroding, and that was just it. That was it. So that brings us to the winter. So my car shit itself, and I'm in the market for another car. My parents, they do not want me to get another Mercedes after the first one, but me being me, I love my German cars. I wanted to get another one, so that's what I did. So the reason why I got the A5 specifically is actually my dad found it, and I've never been the biggest fan of the A5s. I've always liked the A4s more. I've always liked Audi's second under Mercedes, I'd say, like looks wise at least. So I was always open to getting in an Audi. I wouldn't want to get in a BMW right now, at least, I'm not gonna lie. So I was more open to this. And yeah, that's it, honestly. There's not a crazy story about it, but I needed a car, I found a car I liked, so I got it. So that brings us to where we are today. So right now, this car, I had a brake pad message come up. I'm due for an oil change, and I bought this car in the winter. So I didn't know my AC doesn't work. There's a leak by the condenser. So I brought it to a garage and asked them to check it out. I dropped off in the morning, and then they called me at 4:15, but I didn't get to my phone. I only saw it after they closed at 4:30. And they basically just called me and said, if I can find a way to record the message, I'll put it up. But they called me and said, hey Miguel, so we actually didn't get started on anything so far. The mechanic took a look over your car and there was a long list of pretty big things that need to be done. So just call me in the morning. So of course I'm at work, so I'm stressing now. I'm like, damn. So next day I go to the shop and I get this crazy quote. So this quote is with their parts and their labor, and they charge $160 an hour. So I will say is one of the most well-known garages in my city, especially for these badges. So yeah. So before I go over the pricing of all the quote, I want to be as transparent as I can with just the pricing for like this car. So I bought this car for $12,900. It had 159,000 on it. No, 154,000 on it, sorry. But I did get the extended warranty for 1 year after. So in total, everything was that much. And honestly, I had no plans of touching this car or making videos on it at all. I just kind of planned on just driving it. But since I have a lot of stuff I need to do to it, I might as well make some content on it. And honestly, there's not a lot of V8 A5 content out there, honestly. Of course, there's a lot more S5 because it's the S version. But I see a fair amount of A4 content, but there's not a lot of A5 out there. So hoping to show this community some love, whatever community there is out there for it. And yeah, let's get started. Before we get started, I'll do a quick walk around. So it's just a white A5. I have nothing done to it at the moment. And I honestly won't do that much, but some things will need to be done. The only things I've bought so far were these rims. I believe these are stock B9 A4 rims. You know, pretty clean. It was between these and the S5 rotor wheels. I saw them both on Marketplace. They're both same price. But I saw these on an A4. I was like, damn, those are tough. And I feel like everyone has the rotors. They are super clean, I will say. But this is just a little different. One thing I do love about the car, the front and the side have to be my favorite shots of the car. The rear end I don't love, I will say. But it's kind of funny. If you cover this, oh shit. Like, it kind of looks like a G35, that rear end. But yeah. Car rear end. It is the S line, so it does have the flat bottom steering wheel. Sport seats. Okay, one thing I will say, I've seen some cars that say S line on the seat and some that don't. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know if that's a year thing or what, but yeah. See, the rear end of the car, in my opinion, is the most boring view of it. Because compared to the Mercedes, in my opinion, the Mercedes from the rear was its best angle. I'll show some pictures. And so, like, you know, it's not bad, but, you know, the other angles are definitely better. Actually, these tires are 255, 35, 19. One thing about these B8.5 platforms, I'm pretty sure, I think it's an A4 as well. This was not me, bro. This was the only scratch on the rims. Everything else, no scratches. But look at this fitment, bro. What the hell is that? The wheels are tucked in so damn much. Look at that. What is that? So, speaking about things I need to get done, one of the things that they did say, and I noticed it too, is all my shocks are blown. I did order some BC Racing BR series racing coilovers, and those are actually on the way. So do expect a video on that. I will post a review and probably a long term eventually. And also I will need to get spacers because, bruh, my car stands like this, bruh. So that's the car. So like I just mentioned, all 4 of my shocks and struts are blown. So let's get started. So they said, all the shocks are blown. It's best to do them at the same time. Front shocks with new mounts, front quick struts, and rear shocks. So with parts and labor, they totaled this to a total of $3,540. So like I said, I bought the coilovers. So from what they quoted me, the coilovers I got are over $1,000 cheaper than the parts that they quoted. That's how it be. Save your money. So yeah, that's the first thing they quoted, and that's $3,540. So also the other big thing that they quoted was the 4 front lower control arms completely separated, causing bad alignment and tire wear. So it says best again to do all 4 at the same time, and they quoted that at $1,940. Damn. And they also said left front outer tie rod boot has a hole, so they said part is $100, but they wouldn't do labor if they're already doing suspension work. My right front and left rear wheel bearings are making a noise, and I do hear that slightly, and they quoted that $2,175. My steering shaft has play, and I do hear this as well, and they quoted that $1,200. EPC light came on a little bit ago, so my timing chain is at 4.5 degrees, so it is due to be changed, but it's okay for now, so I can keep driving. But that should be covered under warranty, and they quoted that $2,800. My engine water pump is leaking. They quoted that $1,385. Coolant pump 2 open circuit, $500. So all that totaled to $4,685. My brakes are due soon, but I'm not gonna, they're geeking on the brakes. They're saying front and rear brakes, $1,600? Like, I know parts are expensive and their labor is expensive, but like, dog, like, that's not happening. There, I'm saying at least. I'll do an alignment after suspension, so they quoted that $160. My engine mounts are, one's broken and one's leaking, but I haven't noticed, or like, I don't notice any vibration or noise or anything. So that's something that's gonna wait. So like I said, my AC isn't working. So leak at condenser, the lines may be seized. And what he was explaining to me is that when these lines get seized onto the condenser, sometimes they break coming off, and they're like $500 a piece, and the dealership only. So he was saying a $1,000 AHT job could turn into $2,000 if these lines break. Damn. They just wrote $700 for now, in theory. One of my level sensors in my light is broken. Eventually can lead to the headlight dipping down. You turn on the car, the lights will like go down and then like turn up. So sometimes, I guess if that sensor breaks, it'll just point them straight down, which would be very bad. And they quoted that $400. So in total, the quote added up to $17,400. What? They tripping, bro. So that's what they say. The most expensive car is an old German car. And getting a quote for more than I paid for the car in 6 months is crazy. But like I said, that's with their parts and their labor. So my plan, my course of action right now. Oh, I also missed. One of my center resonators has a leak. So I'm a welder. There's only a few things that I can do. I could patch it, I could try and patch it, I could maybe replace it, or I could just cut that bitch off, and that's what's gonna happen. I'm not gonna lie. So do expect a resonator delete video coming soon, because that'll get done. Suspension will get done soon. So that's what I was saying. I didn't plan on making videos with this car or doing anything to this car, but since I have to, I will. And after going through all of that, so right now my course of action, the biggest things right now are the timing chain, the suspension, and the lower control arms. Because one thing I will say, the road noise in this car is so loud, like you hear the tires like crazy. So I believe, yeah, that is like suspension, that is some sort of issue there, because it should not be this loud. The Mercedes was quiet. Every other car again is way quieter. It sounds like I'm on winter tires right now. I'm on all season tires, but bro, like I swear my winters were like just as loud. It's bad. So like I said, I ordered the coils. So my course of action right now is I'm gonna get them to hopefully do the timing chain, coils, and the lower control arms all in one. That'll be hefty, that'll hurt. But like I said, the timing chain should be covered. It's the lower control arms, well, and the coils, that'll be the big ones. And after that, I'm gonna just knock off whatever I can off the list slowly, and at other places too, because I know I don't have to pay $1,200 for the steering shaft. Brakes, I can get it done way cheaper somewhere else. All that other stuff can wait, and I can get it done cheaper somewhere else. Just I need to go through them for the warranty issues, because they're authorized dealer through the warranty. It's a third-party warranty. It's not it's not through Audi. Actually, speaking about that, I think I paid just under $2,000 for the warranty, and that alone is going to cover the timing chain. So I'm very happy I made that decision. At least I knew it too, because I remember I picked the one that has seals and gaskets, because I know these things leak oil. It's also leaking oil. But that should be covered, so it should be okay. But yeah, that's basically it. That's my 2015 A5. That's everything that's wrong with it, everything I plan on doing with it, everything I plan on showing y'all. More content is coming on a consistent basis, not weekly, a little bit after weekly, like, you know, no more lacking. I said it last video, so I'm not gonna say it again. I'm gonna just let my results speak. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe. If you want to see more A5 content, more me content, just anything you want me to see with this car, any questions you have, I could do my best to answer. Then yeah, thank you. Yippee!